Yo, what is going on, podcast family? My name is Vinny Potestivo. I am a media advisor to creators and founder-led businesses, and it is an honor to have you here in my space. This is a very special episode of I Have a Podcast. You're probably listening to this because of one of three reasons. Either we met at PodFest, we met on Podmatch, which is the best place for me right now to be, is the number one social network I look forward to when looking for guesting opportunities on podcasts. So that's Podmatch. Or you're just ready to elevate your visibility and you're ready to leverage your podcast on a platform called IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. You heard something about this and you're here to get the goods. I'm excited to share with you how I built an entire career leveraging professional credits, both inside my industry and outside of it. IMDb.com is an amazing place for podcasters to stand out right now, and I am so excited to bring this information to you. You know, I originally recorded this episode with my Podmatch family in mind. If you're not already connected with me on Podmatch, I invite you to do so at vpe.tv/podmatch. And that's vpe.tv/podmatch. And I will see you there. Otherwise, listen to this episode. Let me know what you think. Leave a 5-star review if you feel compelled to. Otherwise, I will see you out there in the podcast universe, and I appreciate the energy and your time. Thanks a lot, and enjoy this episode of I Have a Podcast. Yo, what is going on, Podmatch community? It's Vinny Potestivo. It is a pleasure to meet you and an honor to be inside your heads as we explore the next 15 minutes of the power of credits. Credits. That's right. I said it. Credits. Like, we work hard, we get credits. We work hard, we get titles. There is a chase for monetization. And I get it. I understand. It's important to make money. And there's going to be episodes about that later on. This episode is about credits. It's about how to leverage credits. It's about why I built and how I built even my career brand based on credits. It's the small shows, the small successes, and some of the big failures that helped me get to where I'm at. And I'm proud to have my name on those shows on a platform called IMDb, Internet Movie Database. You have to understand, for someone like me who got his career in television in the late 90s, credits, specifically credits on IMDb, have been a game changer. It is how other production companies, how other networks were able to find me and call me in for new opportunities. And for a long time, I've used IMDb the same way many of us probably use LinkedIn, as social proof and professional proof that I worked on a project. And the coolest thing right now about what's happening over at imdb.com for podcasters is that we can upload our IP, our intellectual property. If we own a podcast, we have the ability to upload the data connected to the title of your podcast. So we're not listening to podcasts and watching podcasts on imdb.com. It's just strictly a data source that we're able to put in. And as a data source, it feeds to Google and Yahoo and other search engines. And I've found imdb.com to be one of the only places to be able to generate the amount of link backs needed for visibility and discoverability, which really matter as independent podcasters. So what I want to share with you is on imdb.com, which is the Internet Movie Database. And I need to acknowledge that it is owned by Amazon. Amazon is a powerful company that has a tremendous impact on what's happening in the web. Google trusts Amazon as a high value source. So information that Amazon provides to Google is a very high value. And I think one of the reasons why I'm so excited about credits right now on imdb.com for podcasters is because it gives us an opportunity for visibility we didn't have otherwise. It creates a data point that doesn't exist anywhere else other than on imdb.com. There's no place else that is telling the internet that I own a production company, that I've created a podcast, that I've won awards, that I have had guests. I can let you know who my crew is, who my team is. I can actually also, through credits, thank the people who've contributed to my podcast. So if someone is giving me time, or if I found a way to exchange valuable assets back and forth, as many of us have really focused on ways to be lean and be value driven, credits have allowed this to be almost an evergreen handshake that allows me to, in a really high level capacity, network with somebody and leave a permanent imprint. And that imprint is something that Google is listening to. It's something that Yahoo is listening to. It's not just agnostic to one specific search platform, but for all search platforms. And what I found as of December 2022, IMDb now allows us to have podcaster as a job title, which is a really awesome thing. As a creative on that platform, it's been actor, actress, self, host, themselves, and that's about been the only option. To see the inclusion of a new category called podcaster is exciting to me, considering how much I know that the information we put into imdb.com will have an impact on Google. The assets, the photos, the videos, the unlimited photos and videos that we can upload to imdb.com in support of our podcast will feed into Google image search. One of the favorite things I love about imdb.com is also it allows us to connect SEO super friendly taglines to our podcast. This gives us an opportunity to stand out. And I have a great example. My friend Ben Courier has a podcast and it's called The Failure Guy. And he told IMDb that his tagline for the podcast was #1 failure guy. So if you go Google right now, who is the #1 failure guy? You will see the gigantic search results that are Ben Courier. It's this largest font that I've ever seen on Google. I get goosebumps just thinking about it, that we have the ability as independent voices to be seen and heard and have that level of impact when we have that level of clarity and communication. And this is where the input dictates the output. This is where the information you give IMDb really matters. And here are the information points that includes. IMDb asks you who created the podcast. This gives you a moment of authorship and ownership over not just the episodes and the podcast itself, but perhaps the production company that is producing these podcasts. Because think about this, if you win an award, which is also a data point that IMDb allows you to upload, if you win an award on IMDb, you become an award-winning podcaster with an award-winning podcast production company with award-winning podcast episodes and hopefully award-winning podcast guests. This is the benefit right now of maximizing the space on IMDb with the information. For example, like I mentioned awards, if you're winning awards and you think, great, I want a telly, I want a W3, I don't know what to do with it. I put out a press release, I did some social media, I don't know what to do with it next. My recommendation is go to imdb.com and make sure that that award is connected to your profile, that you now become an award-winning profile. Like it changes the context to how people are introduced to you. And that is everything when it comes to visibility. Now, the best part of IMDb is that it's not about visibility that leads to discoverability. It really is about shareability. It really truly is about, after being visible, can I share this moment? Can I take this moment and share it to the point of discovery, not just for myself, but for someone in my peers, someone in my group, someone who might find it valuable. And whether you're a creative professional, you understand the importance of your portfolio and your professional reputation. And IMDb allows you to combine both of them being used to attract new opportunities and clients. And here are a few reasons why professional credits are also important and how you can use them to your advantage. I mean, for first off, professional credits allow you to build relationships and connections in your industry. You know, by giving credit to the people who have contributed to your projects, you acknowledge their hard work and talent, and you demonstrate your awesome professionalism. Like this can be especially important early in your career, earlier in your creative endeavors, when you're trying to establish yourself and make a name for yourself. Building strong relationships with your colleagues and peers, you know, also leads to new opportunities down the road, whether it's through referrals, collaborations, or simply staying connected in the know and what's happening in industry. By sharing this credit, it gives you an evergreen opportunity to stay connected to these people you're meeting in your journey. Professional credits are also used to showcase your skills and expertise. By listing your credits on your websites and LinkedIn profiles and social media profiles, you can attract new opportunities and clients that are interested in your work and who you are. This gives you an opportunity to stand out as an expert in your industry. The podcasting industry fractures the economy in a unique way horizontally. Yes, there is a podcast industry as like a silo, but how podcasting has affected other industries has allowed us to start peering into other people's lives, other people's businesses, and start collaborating in unique ways that didn't exist before, right? I'm seeing more unique collaborations as a result of podcasting pulling people together. I certainly remember in my early years at MTV learning about two people, one from the news world and one from the soap opera world getting together to ultimately create something called Real World, which I'm honored to have a credit on, by the way, on that show. You also can use professional credits to seek out new opportunities. If you're starting out or looking to branch out into new areas of your industry, consider reaching out to industry professionals and organizations that are looking for talented individuals to collaborate with. And by taking the initiative and actively seeking out these opportunities, you can increase your visibility and build your reputation in the same industry at the same time. Even if you're not actively seeking a new job or client, networking and making connections can still be valuable for staying up to date on industry trends and developments, and for getting your name out there as a potential collaborator or resource. And all that comes with credits. So give yourself credit. It's not just a way to benefit you. It's also a way to support and uplift us. It's about this community. You're recognizing the contributions of others. You can create a more collaborative, more supportive community within our industry. And in addition to being the right thing to do, giving credit to others can also lead to more opportunities down the road. When you give credit where it's due, others are more likely to return the favor. And whether it's through referrals, recommendations, or simply keeping you in mind for future projects. And if you're interested in getting your podcast listed on IMDb, I have provided step-by-step guide instructions. Thank you, by the way, to Ben Courier and Judy Fox. It takes a village. It takes a community to build these pieces. But if you'd like to go to vpe.tv/hub, HUB, you'll see there I've provided step-by-step instructions on how to get your podcast listed to IMDb for free. So go on and get out there and give credit where it is due, and get credit where it is earned, and celebrate the hard work you do as a creative to get this out there every single day, whether you are a host or a guest. It has been an honor to be in your ear, sharing my POV on credits and how we can leverage them, A, to build a better community, and B, a stronger self for ourselves so we can support that community that we love being part of. I appreciate this time so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing your results. I'll see you out there. Peace.